So this is Arconic from my Foreverlands map, and I'm just going to tell you a little bit about it. We have a world trader. This is the starting area. We have a little bartender, free beds to sleep in. This is an inn, and let's see. When you log in, there's a little website you can go to that will give you information on the game. It'll have rules posted. We don't have that many rules, but we do have some rules to regulate. I'll be explaining this right here that you'll read on the sign about PvP Arena. This is a PvE server, it's not a PvP server. So there is only one place to fight in PvP, and that is in a specific arena, and I'll talk more about that later. Public mine and tar pit. I've created a public mine and tar pit up here for everybody who starts to try to get a little head start right there. Before you head off out of the area, if you're going to travel far. You can make money creating major roads. Major roads are 3 tiles wide, and you can read about that on the forums or on the website, actually. Excuse me. You got a couple of guards here, so if you get in trouble, you can run back in here. Some little quest NPC spawned him in for the heck of it. Don't know what he actually does, but I just spawned him in there so you can play around with him. We have a forge and oven here, so if you can cook and stuff here. This is like a little market area. You can set up your personal merchants here if you want to. And basically, you're going to see 2 merchants I have stationed here, and I'm going to explain what this does. Basically, what I'm trying to do is create a non-real world money trade Worm Online, but Worm Unlimited actually. Because this ain't Worm Online. So we're on this server, we're going to be creating this type of system where it's based on barter, and silver in the game is going to be treated as fictional, not real world cash. There's going to be many different ways to earn silver in the game, and you'll be able to accumulate silver over time. And I'm not sure that the prices are going to stay this way. On these 2 merchants here, I'm going to keep them stocked as people purchase the specific item off of these 2 merchants. As you can see, their name, Dragon Armor. You'll be able to purchase Dragon Armor. It's pretty expensive. Let's see, each piece is 1 gold per piece. Take you 9 gold to buy a set. So many pieces are on this merchant. Every piece is 1 gold for right now, because I don't know how well people are going to be earning silver in the game. And I don't want the armor to be too out there. It's only 50 quality. And it'll damage. You'll have to repair it, but it's only being sold at 50 quality for 1 gold. So basically, let's talk a little bit about that. Right now, you have mobs, uniques that spawn. Well, I have, and I'll go over there. Let's see. I'm going to go to my place. I have a PvP arena out there, and we're going to talk about some ways to earn silver and ways to too much stuff out here. There we go. Over here in my area, I have the arena, and this is the only place on the map right now you can PvP. As you can see, as you enter the arena, you can be PvP'd on. Walk out of the arena, you cannot be PvP'd on. The arena consists of the tiles inside this square box. They do not go outside. This is where I will hold events if I have enough people to that want to do this type of thing. I will hold events here. We'll have 1-man teams, 2-man, 3, 4, 5-man teams. Each team earning money and stuff. You can read about all that in Earn Coin tab on the website. I can also hold events like to be able to get dragon skills to repair your armor. Uniques probably won't spawn as much or as rapidly as most people would want them to. So at times I can sit down and hold special events where I will spawn dragons here, and people can come from all around and participate in the dragon slaying. And I'll hold those on specific times depending on what I got going on. If people want to create a PvP arena like this, they'll have to seal it in. It can't be but only so big. It has to be sealed in. It's not going to ever be left out on the opening. And you'll have to get with me, and I will discuss that with you, and I can mark it up where you'll be able to have a area there. The map is 4096 by 4096, so it's huge. This arena sits right here. This is a giant map. Okay, so this is the only place you can do it at. So if anybody wants to create a PvP arena, it can't be close to me. These arenas are going to have to be, quite a bit away. I might allow a max of, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, maybe 8 PvP arenas on the entire map, and that'll be based off of location. Like I might allow one up here, one in the center north, one on the up here in the corner, one over here in the middle, one down here in the corner, one down here in the corner, one down here at the bottom, and one in the center somewhere. That way they got a pretty good bit of space between them. People can travel from anywhere in here to this one. Anyone around in here can travel to this one, and so forth. They'll be close to these arenas if they want to do them there. When you do yours, if you create one and I mark it, you'll have to fund your own events with prizes and all. To earn silver and all in the game, it's going to be done on my arena and my arena only. Later down the road, if I do find someone trustworthy that I trust, and it's going to take people to be around me for a while. They're going to have to play around me. I'm going to have to get to know them, talk to them, learn about them before I even give anybody any type of privilege as of a GM title or anything. And then at that point, if I ever get around to trusting somebody like that and they create their own arena, then they can hand out silver rewards based on the same amount that I'm doing. I can't have them give out more than I give because I don't want the server to be unbalanced with more money flow than it needs to. It's something I will watch very carefully on the economy, and I plan on having racetracks so people can do horse races, large cart races, wagon races to earn money for racing. You'll have to bring your own horses and stuff like that. But some of the rules we have set is no trolling. So basically what I mean by that is I don't want you going around and trying to start an argument with somebody or disrupt their gameplay just because it's part of your enjoyment. We don't need that here. If that's what you get out of enjoyment in game is bothering and aggravating other people and causing fights and arguments, well, you can go to someone else's server that allows it. It's not allowed here. No stealing. Basically, I don't want you stealing off of people's deeds. Now, a deed is protected to me, and I will punish people who steal from people off of deeds. Now, if the deed is disbanded, I'm going to treat it as if the person no longer plays. So if the deed is disbanded and there's no deed there, you can raid away all you want their stuff. I'm not going to protect that part because I'm not going to support enclosures. I'm going to be having enough ways for people to make silver to pay for their deeds, so they're not really going to need to have enclosures. And I will not protect any type of thing. If someone comes on this deed and makes a little bitty box and it's not deeded, you raid it. I'm not going to say a word about it. I'm not going to do nothing about it as long as it's not deeded. But if it's deeded and you do something, well, you're going to pay the consequences. Major roads, I pay for people to create those. I will pay you 5 copper per tile, and it has to be 3 wide, and it has to contain any type of stone. It can't contain wood. It has to be stone. Roads, they have to be 3 wide. As you can see, these roads right here are 3 wide. Even in a diagonal section, this right here is considered 3 wide because it's the same width as the 3 wide road going diagonally down. I pay 3 copper per tile. I will pay for major bridges that are used on major roads as part of travel. I will pay for uh, sections of the bridge. I'll pay a little bit more than 5 copper for specific sections. Now, most of a bridge like this, I won't pay but like 5 copper per section. But when it comes to these 2 sections right here, I might pay 7 copper for this section. This section I might give you 10 copper. And the reason why is the amount of resources it takes to make the support section. The support section takes a lot of materials, and because of that, I will pay. When you build those, I will pay a little extra for those specific type of tiles. Any tile that sits on the support, I will pay extra for those type of tiles. Let's see, resources. Let's see, tar, moss, peat, and clay. Excuse me. You can find clay pretty much anywhere on the lakes. At every lake, there is a source of clay, or should be a source of clay. If you find a lake that don't have clay, now it has to be a big lake, can't be no little bitty tiny lake, because we got a couple of those, and I'll point them out on the map. Like this little thing, well, it's secluded enough. I will come in here and put a little clay tile if there does not exist one here. But like here, there's 3 lakes, as we can see right here. There's actually 3 lakes. There's clay on this lake and clay on that lake. I'm not going to come here and put clay in the middle lake. As you can see, we got clay on just about every lake. There is a source of clay. So even though it's inland, there'll be clay. Now, these resources are not abundant. To make a little bit more of a challenge, I didn't put as many nodes out on the map or as big. So tar, moss, peat, and clay, do not fence them in. Leave them open for the public. If you do deed across one of them, make sure that the public has access to that resource. Those are the only 4 resources that actually are not abundant on the map. Then talking about enclosure rules, chat rules, no profanity. I really don't care. It don't bother me if you curse a little bit in chat. You know, I'm not some big person modding profanity, but you know, if you start cussing like a sailor on the chat channel or the chat rooms, you do it in private messages, I don't care. But if you do it in the main channels, try to keep it a little clean. Don't try to use a lot of profanity in there, because you know, try to keep it as clean as much. Because if you get too bad with it and cussing like a sailor, I'm gonna have to warn you or something. As far as other chat talk, no religion talk. That is a very sticky subject, and it will strike an argument with multiple people at one time. Everybody has their own view on religion, so don't talk about it. One note is this is my server, so some people might be offended if they read my last post in the rules where it says my rule is law on the server. That is true. My rule is law. This is my server. I'm trying to protect a lot of people, let people have fun. My rule will stand. I'm not a bad guy. I'm not a punishing guy. I'm very patient with people at times, but you know, if you're really trying to disrupt people, I will lay the hammer down on you. But basically, just be fair, be nice, follow the rules. Read the website, keep your eye on the rules. If people start getting outraged and I have to update a rule, I might have to add a rule. If you know, if I find something that's happening that shouldn't be happening, I might have to update a rule or something. So make sure every once in a while, once a month or something, that you're at least checking there to make sure it didn't change, that there's not another rule added or something. Shouldn't need to add any more rules. It should be covered pretty good. But just in case, make sure you keep an eye on that. We do have a map dump. I will map dump every week. We have a map online. We have a map dump, and basically what I'm thinking about doing is, instead of just doing the only place you'll be able to view the map, if you go to the website and you go to the map like this, there's a download link to be able to download this map, which is the map you're on. And you can download that map and you can put it, there's a description where to put it if you don't know where to put the map file in order to get this in there. Leave it the name that it is because it overwrites the existing map. For some reason, I have never got it to work where I renamed the map something different, so that way, whenever the client updates, that it don't overwrite the file. So I'm having to actually name it the Osira or whatever the name of the creative map is. This map has to have its actual name in order to show up in the game um, without a mod or anything. And I'm not putting any mods on this server. This is an unmodded server, 1x timer. Start out just like I did 5 years ago when I played one online. You'll start out with 19 characteristic skills. You'll start out with 1.0 all other skills, and you'll have to work them from there. Let's see what else we got. I'm probably going to end up putting the map dump. You should be able to put the map dump, name it Osira, and use it in here as well. And every week you just have to update your map in your jar file every time I do a map dump. And you should be able to use the map dump instead of this map right here, and you'll be able to see the roads every week as they're being put in. You just have to update your map, and you'll be able to follow roads like that every week as the map gets updated. Let's see, we have an events tab, but got nothing on there yet. We got an info tab. We'll take you to Wormopedia, Worm Forums. We have a try the MMO Worm Online tab if you want to try it. If you've never tried it, you found on my server and you decide to go there. We do have a link there if you need to check it out and you don't know where the web address is or what it is to get there. Other than that, let's see. Crops take 6 to 7 days on this server. There is a creature population of 30,000. 50% is aggressive. Don't want a server that don't have a challenge to it or some type of fight. So out of the 30,000, 15,000 are hostile, 15,000 are not hostile. Is that about it? Seems to be about it. Basically, if you come here, and I'd like to have some full-time worm players, this server's going to be going for years. Just to let you know, I'm programming, studying programming, and I'm going to be studying programming and game development for the next 4 years. During that time, on the side, I'll be playing Worm Unlimited and policing it. The server's going to be running for that whole 4 years because this is my enjoyment when I'm not studying and doing stuff like that. And after that 4 years time, when I do start on my own project, if it takes time away from me, I'll find somebody to police the game. If I can't find somebody who's truly willing to run the game, and I probably will just run the thing myself and just find people to play a GM part or something in there to police the game. Because even me, I'm skeptical about letting somebody else run a server that, handed over. I promise you all, 4 years, and in 4 years come here and I'll let someone else take the server over. I'm really debating not to do it now because I've been thinking about it very carefully. 4 years from now, if I was to let the server be handed to somebody else, what's to say that they don't, within a couple of months, well, I'm not going to play this here, shut the server down. And, I don't want y'all to be sitting here doing that. It only costs me about $20 a month to run the server, so, that's no big deal to me. I'll probably be running even after the 4 years, even when I'm not present here. I'll just have to find somebody to more than likely play GM on the server and police it during the times that I can't. And it's going to take a while for me to find those type of people because I don't trust everybody. I'm just not somebody comes in the game, hey, how you doing? Oh, he seems friendly, I'll make him a GM. It's not me. A person has to go through a certain criteria with me. I was a GM for 7 years, and the way the GMs and everything is handled on Worm Online, I would have fired all of them. I'm not trying to be biased to the GMs and all on Worm Online, but I would have fired every one of them. I would have took away all their titles because they do a lot of things wrong that I was not allowed to do, and there was reasons and guidelines behind that. And the person I find to help me do this type of stuff is going to have to follow the same guidelines. If I put them in power and they mess up, well, they're going to lose their title. They're going but it'll take a while for me to find somebody else. So I'm going to be on my own policing it. So if you have a problem, use the contact information on the on our website that we have for this server. Contact me. It'll go straight to my email. I check it several times a day throughout the entire day that I'm awake. The only time I won't answer is if I'm asleep. So if I'm not answering it within an hour or two, then I'm probably asleep. And pretty much that's it. I'd like to see some hardcore Worm Online PvE players come here. You know, stay for the years with us. Help us grow the map. Help us build it. There's only a couple people that's joined. Um, they a couple people out of about four other people joined us so far, and they put down a deed. And, they don't log in much, but I really want some real hardcore players over here. I plan on keeping this server going for years and years and years. Even if Worm Online drops dead in the water, I'll still have my server going. But I'm looking forward to seeing any new faces. Like I said, I live on the West Coast. You'll start right here on the dot in this area, and it's a long way from me. So if you decide that you would like to come over here, I mean, we got a few roads established. Uh, I live here, and my brother lives over here, but we got a couple of roads established over here. One of the new guys is actually, let's see, my brother's right there. He's probably made his little spot over here somewhere along this cove, and he ain't logged in much. I think it's right in there. He's got him a little spot over there. Uh, and one of our guys, he is here. But if you have a hard time going somewhere, I will port you somewhere on the map if you need to, just to get there, get your place set up. Uh, it's not going to be something I go around doing, porting everybody, but until roads start getting in, if you start the map, and your friend lives out here, and there's no roads getting there, and you want to go out there where your friend's is at, well, I can port you out there. Just make sure I'm online. I will go out there and I will make sure I whiz you over there so you can be with your friend. If you see a good part of the map you want to go explore and build a base at, let me know and I'll put you over there. Other than that, if you want to come out here and get close to us, me and my brother, um, you can. We got a road. Let's see. His deed is like this right here, so he's got a road that goes up here and starts going up through the mountains here. We're trying to make a road to this guy's deed over here. Uh, it's going to take some time to get over there in the mountains, but we got a road that comes around the waterway, hits my deed, goes around right here to the sand pit and stops. We got a little road that goes over here, comes back to this lake, wraps around a little bit to about right there. And that's it. But if you want to come over this way, just let me know and I can port you over here and y'all can start exploring this side of the map and build. And eventually we'll all get roads going in the middle and to the start area. But look forward to having y'all.